The house is named after its two original owners, Benjamin Knaut and Knaut-Rhuland. Both of these men were well-to-do merchants and privateers, and both eventually left Lunenburg to move to Liverpool to pursue their passion in privateering. The Lunenburg Heritage Society acquired the home and opened it as a museum in the year 2000. As a museum, it depicts early life in Lunenburg through its furnishings, costumes, and artifacts. And this year, we have two very special exhibits that we've added to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Blue Nose. This room is called the Knaut Room after the original owner, Benjamin Knaut. It, as you can see, is where the families gathered to dine. It's furnished in the style of its original owner, this being the late 17 and early 1800s. And this year we have incorporated both into this room and the adjoining room next year one of our special exhibits. This exhibit was created by Letty McFall, and it showcases 100 doilies from past to present to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Blue Nose. You will notice in this room, on the windows, the tables, and the mantels, many of these beautiful and intricate doilies. This is the Rhuland Room, named after the second owner, Knaut-Rhuland. The room is the parlor, decorated in Empire style, which ranged from the early to mid 1800s. Of special interest in this room is the very beautiful early Georgian side table, which was rescued from a ship that had sunk in the Lunenburg harbor. This room is called the keeping room because traditionally it was used to keep food warm after it was prepared downstairs in the basement kitchen. Currently, we use this room as a craft room, and it is the home of our resident weaver, Anne Morrison. And you could see from the walls the beautiful products that she has created for us. And this year we have added a second special exhibit called She Nets. As I mentioned earlier, this exhibit was created by Letty McFall, and it showcases 100 doilies from past to present to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Blue Nose. I'd like to welcome you to our second special exhibit, which we call our Life at Home exhibit. What was life like in the 1920s when men were off at sea and women were left at home for extended periods of time to look after the kids and maintain their household? This exhibit showcases women's life, work, and pastimes during that era. You will notice on this table many items that were typically found in a kitchen in the 1920s, and we bet you might not guess what some of these items are, such as the sausage maker. There's a butter churn. We have a cabbage slicer, flour sifter, and many other items that were typical in every kitchen during that era. In this display, we have an assortment of items, one of which is a camera owned by Roosevelt Burns, and he actually lived in the Knaut House Museum during the 1920s when the Blue Nose was launched. In fact, who knows if this camera was even used to take pictures of the Blue Nose as it was launched. This camera is on loan to us by a local photographer, Stephen Ernst. Next to that is a display of items from the Lunenburg Academy, which is the school where children attended when the Blue Nose was launched. We have a bell, some textbooks, and even a report card from the 1920s. We have quilts and an assortment of handiwork items that women used as they were creating their various crafts and needlework. And finally, in the corner, we have a gentleman who was home after being off at sea, and now he is relaxing with his family, smoking a pipe, listening to the radio, and gazing at the picture of the blue nose. This room is called the Victorian room because its decor is from the Victorian era, from the mid-1800s to early 1900s. This room served not only as a bedroom, but it was also the room where the lady of the house entertained her guests, whether it was for sewing, doing craft work, or even having a cup of tea. Notice in that cabinet the lovely tea set from the mid-1800s. We also have a wonderful collection of Nova Scotia pressed glassware, and in the absence of plumbing, we have the entire collection of cleaning, bathing, and toiletry.